Hey, it's Mark. This is an update to subscribers of my newsletter. Crypto is easy. If you're not subscribed, check the link in the description below. Head on over. If you like what you see, please go ahead and sign up. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel. I use it as a very easy way for me to get information out to subscribers. I don't plan to grow it. My goal is not to be a YouTube guy. I'm definitely focused more on the written content. But if you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're going to get the videos at the same time everybody else does. So Bitcoin's been on a tear. Cryptocurrency has been on a tear. Altcoins have been on a tear. Everything's been going like really good, especially in the last, week or two. There's just so much momentum. And I've been talking about this for a long time. I was talking about it when people were like, freaked out about the Bitcoin crash. And basically, it's been the theme of my whole newsletter since I started in mid-March, which is there's so much positive momentum coming into this market. There's so much conviction coming into this market around Bitcoin specifically, but even the alts. I mean, a lot of these altcoins, they're getting really genuine interest. People getting really excited. Some of them are delivering on key milestones. They're moving from alpha to beta. They're moving from beta to test. They're moving from test to main. They're moving from nothing, white paper, to actual functional products. DeFi exploded. It's still got a lot of kinks to work out. There are a lot of operational risks in DeFi that I think people are not taking as seriously as they should. But people will fix that too. We're on this big, long, probably multi-year bull run, and there's so much momentum. It's great that Bitcoin's going up now. It's great that the alts are going up now. We have so much more to look forward to. There will be a crash. There's going to be probably 2 crashes before the end of the year, probably 3 next year, 3 the year after that. But when we're not crashing, we're going to go up. The prices are going to go up. The momentum is going to go up. Everything is going to keep going up. It's not going to be straight up, but it's going to go up. And if you're sitting there, you're thinking, okay, I'm not going to buy now. I don't want to FOMO in. We're so early, you don't have to worry about that. If you're sitting around thinking, oh, we're going to crash, I'll wait for the crash, there's no reason to wait. We are at a point where, let's say Bitcoin does crash 30%, and we're back down to, I guess that would be somewhere around like 9,000. I mean, what are you going to do? It's Bitcoin. It goes up and down like crazy. So in 2-3 years, when we're sitting around and Bitcoin is way higher than it is now, you're not going to think, trust me, you're not going to look back and say, oh, I wish I had bought at 9 instead of 12. Very few people think that way. It's just not, if you haven't been in that position, the testimonials go back centuries of people, time and time again. The psychology around it and how you feel and what makes you feel good is not looking back and saying, when it's like, if you win the Super Bowl, nobody's going back and saying, well, I wish John had caught that touchdown on that game that we were already ahead by 3 scores. People don't look back and think like that, and you're not going to think like that once we get to the big, massive, big market cycle peak. Trust me, you're not going to look back and think that way. If anything, you're going to look back and say, I wish I had put more money in. Regardless of when you bought it, whether you bought the dips, whether you bought that bottom in March, whenever you bought Bitcoin, you're always going to look back and say, I wish I had put in more. I wish I had put in more. And the reason is because where we're going, the heights that we're going in terms of price, the value that will accrue to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, it's going to be so great. It's going to be so huge that these blips that we have today, they're going to be meaningless. They're going to be meaningless because we're going to be so much better off in the future than we are today. So if you want to wait for the crashes, that's fine. If you're a premium subscriber, I have my plan. We know exactly when those dips are, with very high certainty of when we're buying the dip. And for the vast majority of people, when they say, oh, I bought the dip because Bitcoin dropped 10%, that's not a dip. We're talking about 30-40% crashes, and we're going to get those. If you look historically, on average, you're going to get 2 or 3 of those every year, and that's in a bull market. you actually get average more crashes of 30 or 40% in the bull markets than you do in the bear markets, which is crazy to think about, but it's the data doesn't lie. And you can look that up on a chart yourself. You can pull up a price chart, price history of Bitcoin, and you can see it for yourself. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. And if you get an urge to buy, buy. If you're dollar cost averaging, stick to your plan. If you're waiting for the crash, that's fine too. It's because it's going to crash. Just don't stress about it. It's hard to think about all these things. Don't make your life hard. Make it easy. If you want to buy Bitcoin. Trade it, use it, sell it if you want. That's fine. I'm never going to tell you what to do. I'm just saying, if your concern is about timing the market, I don't think you ought to be concerned about anything right now. If we crash, welcome to it's Bitcoin. Welcome to the market, because we're going to go up. But regardless of when we crash, it's going to go up, and it's going to keep going up and keep going up until we see very specific signals that tell us that the market's at its peak. And those signals, they may never come. We may just keep going up, not literally straight up, but boom, bust, boom, bust, boom, bust, forever. And when we're done, Bitcoin is going to be worth so much, and some of these alts are going to be worth so much, that you will look back on this time and wonder why you were ever worried about a thing. Relax and enjoy the ride.